Welcome to the Herald WrapUp, the show where you can find out what's going on campus and around the world. I'm your host, Katie Marr, and let's just jump into it. Our new student senate was elected this week with 24 students running, which is more than usual. Your new student senators are Hope Turner, Ellen Fisher, James Elliott, Jordan Armga, Josiah Dalkey, David Sosby, Riley Anderson, Calvin Klump-Ahrens, Katie Sutton, Seth Nowak, Jack Singer, Dan Maneri, Marcus Kidder, Mark Dalton, and Audrey Richards. Congrats, guys. This week in the Herald, we have some very interesting stories, one of which is about an FBI agent from the 60s and 70s who worked on bank robbery cases. So definitely go check that out. We also have a story about freshman Isaac Winnis, who lives 6 blocks from where George Floyd was killed in May. He details what it's been like living through the riots and violence that have plagued Minneapolis. So be sure to go and read about that as well. And now we have a Herald WrapUp exclusive story all about the new SI community program led by Noelle Ross and Amelia Minetti. So let's hear what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Noelle Ross. I'm a junior.
And I'm Amelia Minetti, and I'm also a junior. We're both in the Strategic Intelligence program here at Patrick Henry. So over the summer, Noelle and I were just talking, and one of the times we were chatting, we were talking about what we felt like we missed as sophomores in the SI program when we were taking the introductory classes. We felt it was hard to reach out to upperclassmen or get information about internships or just general more career and life applicable stuff from other SI students.
Yeah, and another thing was, as a freshman who's a prospective SI student, it feels like this big mysterious secret society. It's kind of hard to find out much information beyond what you get in the basic emails from Colonel Middleton. And so something we wanted to change was we wanted to make it a little clearer and a little bit more inviting and a little bit more open for the freshmen to learn about what opportunities will be available to them, what they have to work towards, and also just start to get to know upperclassmen and start their networking a little bit early. So right now, what we have going on is every Monday night in the SI lab in the Red Hill basement, we have at least 2, oftentimes 3, SI upperclassmen who are hanging out in the SI lab, and they're doing homework there, and they are just basically hanging out. Our goal there is to just really create a standing time of intentional community.
Yeah, and it's a good way to spread the word for the SI freshman orientation events. We write those on the whiteboard and we make sure we're telling people about them so that they know what's coming up and where they have more opportunities to learn about the SI program other than from just us specifically. Right now, we're really just seeing what we need to work on and what areas we need to build up, and we're kind of coming up with plans as we go along for that. Like Noelle said, maybe some alumni stuff next semester. We might focus more on encouraging them in classes next semester. It's just going to depend on what we see a need for in the community.
And that's it for this week's Herald WrapUp. I'm Katie Marr, and we'll see you next week.